Welcome everybody to another lesson. Today we are going to discuss sales tax, commission, and discounts. I know everyone here has heard those terms at one time or another. So we're going to start with sales tax. Sales tax is the additional money you pay on an item or a service in addition to the price of the service or item itself. Every state and city in the United States seems to have one. And I've noticed a pattern that in states without an income tax, that don't have a state income tax, they generally tend to have higher sales tax. They make up for it in their sales tax. I know it's not always true, but that's just from what I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also from wherever you're watching, feel free to tell me. You don't have to go into fully where you live. Just say I'm from Texas and our rate is 8% or something like that. We could always compare notes of what we experience as far as what we pay for prices, especially in this economy. I know it's been pretty rough. Not getting political here, but I know we don't have to pay any more than we have to. But sales tax is going to be, of course, when they say you have the price of something you're buying, but there's a tax on it, you got to factor in what that sales tax is. To find the sales tax of an item, you have the percent of the tax times the sale price. So, and then you'll find the total price after you found your sales tax. It'll be the sales tax plus the sale price, okay? Where I live in Ohio, in my city, the tax rate is 6.75% for sales tax. So let's do an example here. I buy a bottle of pop. Now I know some of you are going to pounce on me for this, and I'm fully anticipating it. It's all in good fun. The bottle of pop, some people call it soda, some people call it Coke, depends where you're from. Which you can also put that in the comments. What do you call it where you're from? If you're from another country, you probably call it something completely different. That's interesting too. Drop that in the comments. What do you call carbonated beverages? Where I'm from, I've heard pop or soda. Generally we call them pop in my area, but that's what I call it, so don't hate on me too much for calling it pop. I buy a bottle of pop for $2. That's, if we're lucky, that's about what a bottle of pop costs before tax. The sales tax rate is 6.75%. What is the total cost of the pop? What is the total cost? So I buy a bottle of pop for $2. I walk into a gas station. I decide, hey, I'm going to get a bottle of pop for $2. And our sales tax rate is 6.75%. What is the total cost of that bottle of pop? So first thing I want to do is I want to figure out what is my sales tax. Well, we have the formula. Sales tax itself is that percent of tax times the sales price. So in this particular case, why don't I write with a different color so you can see the problem I'm translating it into. In this particular case, our sales tax is going to equal 6.75% times the $2, which we know we can convert that 6.75 into a decimal. That'd be 0 I think I need a new blue or dry erase marker. Definitely not a permanent marker. That's 6.75% for when you go to put it in your calculator. You will want to convert that into a decimal of 0.0675 times the $2. Okay? What you will get, if we go ahead and stick this into our calculator, we will find the sales tax. So 0.0675 times 2. Well, that's going to be equal to 0.135 cents. Which, whenever you have a tax, always round up. Always round up to the next cent. So that is going to be, I'm using the approximately equal to sign. That'll be approximately equal to 14 cents. So you found your sales tax of 14 cents. Next thing you want to do is find the total price. Total price. So after you found your sales tax, you'll get the total price by adding the sales tax, which in this case we determined was 14 cents, plus the sale price of $2. So if you add 14 cents and $2, you'll get $2.14. So what I am paying in total for that bottle of pop I decided to get is $2.14. Alright, so there's we worked out everything. That bottle of pop, $2. I take my sales tax rate of 6.75% times that $2. I get 14 cents for my sales tax itself. I get the total price by adding the sales tax to the sale price. I got $2.14. I got more. I got more here. Okay, let's say I buy a computer. If I could write a P better, that would sure help, wouldn't it? I buy a computer for $1,200 or $1,200, however you prefer to say it. The sales tax rate is 6.75%. We'll use my tax rate again. 6.75%. What is the total price, including tax? Okay, so I buy a computer for $1,200. The sales tax rate is 6.75%. What is the total price, including tax? So again, first thing I want to do is figure out what is the tax itself going to be. Well, I will, let's see. Let's use a different color here. What color did I use? We'll use purple. So let's find our sales tax. The sales tax itself is going to be equal to the rate of tax, that's 6.75%, times the price of the item, which was $1,200. Let's put the dollar symbol in there, I'd feel better. times $1,200, which if we express 6.75% as a decimal, we will get 0.0675 times that $1,200. Okay. Now we just got to crunch some numbers here. We'll stick that into our calculator, see what we get to figure out what the sales tax is going to be. So we have 0.0675 times 1,200. That's $81. So the sales tax itself is $81 even. All right. Now that we found the sales tax, we want to find the total price. So the total price, let me write that in red. Might be good to keep them together. Total price equals the sales tax itself, which we've worked out to be $81. That'll be $81 plus the sale price itself, which is going to be that wonderful $1,200. $1,200. So now we just add them. 1,200 plus 81, that's $1,281, or $1,281. The total price is $1,281. See, because a lot of people, when they go to buy something, they think, oh, it's only going to be $1,200, or it's only going to be $100 or whatever. You're forgetting to factor in sales tax. As you see, we spent darn near another $100 in sales tax. So, it's very important to factor in your sales tax. Alright, I got two more examples for sales tax here. Two more examples of sales tax, and then we'll move on to commission. Today is almost basically a mini economics lesson. But let's see here. What do I got? I also got some examples from the book because I thought they were some good examples. Let's see. Now, if you're from Indiana here, don't shoot me. Okay, but this book, this was written back in the early 2000s. I'm sure your tax rate has changed by now, but it says the sales tax rate in Indiana is 5%. All right. What is the total cost of an MP3 player that costs $219? All right. So the sales tax rate in Indiana is 5%. According to the early 2000s, I'm sure it's higher now. We'll just go with the 5%. What is the total cost of an MP3 player that costs $219? So again, first thing we want to do, find out what is your sales tax itself. The sales tax, again, you're going to take that 5%. Let's work this out here. Sales tax equals 5%, which is, that's what your tax rate is, times the cost, which is $219. Okay, well, we know 5% as a decimal is 0.05. We'll take that times 219. Then we will see what we get for our sales tax rate. Let's go ahead and plug that into our handy dandy calculator here. 0.05 times 219 comes to $10.95. So the sales tax is going to be $10.95. Okay, that's fine. Now that we have our sales tax being $10.95, we need to find our total price. So the total price is going to be, of course, what the sales tax we determined it was itself, which is going to be that $10.95, plus the sale price of $219. So if we go ahead and stick that in the calculator, it's going to be $229.95. So the total price you would pay if you were in Indiana trying to get this MP3 player is $229.95. But then again, who really uses MP3 players anymore? Not many people, not with the smartphones and all that. I'm sure there are some people that do, not knocking you if you do. I mean, I think they're cool. But I'm just giving examples from the book here. The first two examples I gave you were actually from my life, because that's what our real honest to goodness tax rate is. For sales where I live is 6.75%. Alright, I got one more for sales tax, and then we're moving on to commission. Alright. The sales tax rate in Pennsylvania, which if you're from Pennsylvania, don't shoot me either, please, because I'm sure it's much higher now than 6%. Probably wish it was 6%. Got to be much higher than that by now. Okay, so the sales tax rate, I don't know how that got smudged, but I will gladly rewrite that. So yeah, the sales tax rate in Pennsylvania is 6%. What is the total cost of a DVD player that is $150? Alright, so the sales tax rate in Pennsylvania is 6%. What is the total cost of a DVD player that is $150? Well, like you would with any problem, first figure out what is the sales tax going to be itself. So your sales tax, that's going to equal the percent of the tax rate. So it's going to be 6% times what is the cost of the item itself, $150. So 6% of $150, which we know 6% as a decimal is 0.06. Okay, that'll be times 150. So now we just want to crunch in the number. Crunch in these numbers on the calculator. Let's figure out what 0.06 times 150 is. 0.06 times 150, that's $9. So your sales tax is going to be $9. Okay, we figured out the sales tax. Now we want to figure out what is the total price. Well, the total price is going to be, of course, what is that sales tax? $9 plus what is the sale price? $150. So we have the total price being that sales tax of $9 plus the sale price of $150. Add them together, you'll get your total price is going to be $159. And that would be your total price for that DVD player, be $159. Okay. So everybody got that so far. Now let's talk about commission. I'm sure most of you know what commission is. Well, there are three ways. There's more than three ways, but I'm going to go into, well, there's four ways that I know of. I'm sure there's more. The first way someone gets paid, of course, is hourly. You make an hourly wage, how much per hour? That's probably most people. The second way is salary. You're given so much per year and your checks are split up evenly over the year. You get the same amount every week. The third way is piecework. So you get so much money per, like for example, if I pick 100 strawberries, I'll get 50 cents or $1. You get paid per piece, which, I mean, it can be somewhat common. And then there's something called commission, which we're going to talk about today. So we have commission. Now, to make commission on something is you make a certain percentage of the sale price of what you sell. And some people, that is their entire income, which especially is big in the sales industry. That if they don't make a sale, they don't get paid. So commission is going to be percent of commission times the sale price. So, let's give an example here. What's this problem looking like? Number 19. Let's see. Katrina's commission. I didn't put a second S, did I, in commission? I thought it looked kind of funny how I spelled it. My bad. So that's why I'm not an English teacher. Katrina's commission rate. I did it again. Is 6%. What is the commission from the sale of $45,000 worth of furnaces? I know people in the heating and cooling industry are probably going to love this problem, okay? Especially if you're a heating and cooling salesperson. Katrina's commission rate is 6%. So she's the salesperson. She gets a 6% commission on whatever she sells. Was the commission from the sale $45,000 worth of furnaces? So, of course, the company's making $45,000, but they give her 6% of that. So let's see, the commission is going to be equal to, again, that percent of commission. That percent of commission is going to be equal to 6% times the sale price, which in this case is $45,000. So we need to take that 6%, let's convert that into a decimal. It's going to be 0.06 times $45,000. All right, now we'll go ahead, we'll plug this into our calculator. 0.06 times 45,000. That's $2,700. So if she sold $45,000 worth of furnaces, based on her 6% commission, she'll make $2,700. And I'm sure some people in the heating and cooling industry this time of year are probably doing very well money-wise. Okay. I got some more problems for commission. First, let me fix that. The misspelling's going to bug me. Though it's true I'm not an English teacher, I still believe proper spelling and grammar is important. I know there's a sire all around for English teachers that may be watching this, or English majors. Yes, thank you. Okay. Let's look at the next problem. Number 20. I want to use the black marker. Wow, okay. Jose's commission rate is 32%. That seems like a very good commission rate. What is the commission from the sale of $12,500 worth of sale boards? Alright, so Jose's commission rate is 32%. That seems like a pretty good commission rate. What is the commission from the sale of $12,500 worth of sale boards? Well, so again, the commission in this case, if you apply the commission formula, is going to be the percent of commission, which is 32%, times the sale price, which in this case was $12,500. So the biggest thing we need to do now, convert that 32% to a decimal. That's 0.32. Then that'll be times the $12,500. So all we got to do now to figure out how much Mr. Jose is going to make is stick that into the calculator. You'll get the 0.32 times 12,500. Wow, $4,000. He's going to get $4,000. So, yeah, the commission he made is $4,000. That's pretty good. That's a decent check. Alright. Now, of course, there's another type of tax we aren't going to touch today. It's the income tax. All that they're making, of course, is before income taxes, which, as we know, are the real dreaded pain in the neck, are income taxes, but that's just as much a part of life, you know, we gotta pay our taxes. Alright, 2 more problems for commission, then we'll go on to discounts. Let's see. A real estate commission is 6%. What is the commission on the sale of a $98,000 home? Alright. So real estate commission is 6%. What is the commission on the sale of a $98,000 home? So again, going by the commission formula, the commission in this case is going to be the percent of commission, which is stated as 6%. 6% times the sale price, which was $98,000. Alright. Well, we'll take that 6%, convert it into a decimal. You'll end up having 0.06 times the $98,000. So the total commission, now we'll get that by just simply plugging this problem into our calculator. We'll have 0.06 times 98,000. The commission is $5,880. So $5,880. So this real estate agent did pretty well. If they get a 6% commission on the sale of a $98,000 home, they'll get a commission of $5,880. Seems like a nice paycheck. Alright, I got one more problem for commission, then we're going to do 4 problems for discounts. We will discuss discounts after that. Okay, what is the next problem here? Similar one. We have another real estate problem. A real estate commission is 8%. What is the commission on the sale of a piece of land for $68,000? Alright, so real estate commission is 8%. What is the commission on the sale of a piece of land for $68,000? Alright, so what we're going to do, again, take your commission formula. The commission itself, in this case, the percent of commission is 8%. So that'd be equal to 8% times the sale price, which is going to be $68,000. So that'd be 8% times $68,000. Of course, you'll take that 8%, convert that into a decimal. That'd be 0.08 times $68,000. So now we'll just stick that into our calculator. of 0.08 times 68,000, which would give you $5,440. $5,440. That's also a pretty good payday from that piece of land. You would get $5,440 from its sale. So that's really it for commission. We move on to our last topic for today, which has 4 examples also. It's going to be discounts. So receiving a discount is always a nice thing. When you receive a discount, of course you know you get some money off of what you got to pay. You don't have to pay as much. So let's see. To find the discount. Yeah, define. No, you know what? Let's write those in different colors. 1 second here. I like to do it so it doesn't all blend together. Alright. To find the discount, that is going to be equal to the percent of discount times, so that's the percent of discount times the sale price. Alright, so yeah, discount is the percent of discount times the sale price. Of course, once you've found your discount, you usually want to find your total price. The total price, of course, we're not going to consider sales tax in this one. We're going to assume there's no sales tax for the purpose of these problems. Although in real life, we know that's not true. There's still going to be sales tax. But the total price is going to be equal to the sale price minus the discount. So the total price is the sale price minus what you got for the discount. Okay, so let's go into some examples here. Let's say I have, let's flip the page. Let's see, a lawn mower is $300. A 10% discount is offered. What would be the new price? What would be the new price? Okay. So a lawnmower is $300. A 10% discount is offered. What would be the new price after the discount? So first thing we want to figure out is what is the discount itself. The discount in this case is going to be equal to the percent of discount, which is 10%, times the sale price, which is $300. Alright. So the discount, of course, if you want to rewrite that 10%, that's going to be 0.1 as a decimal times the $300. Well, if we multiply 0.1 times 300, you would get $30. That's $30. So the discount itself is $30. Now we want to go ahead and find the total price. The total price of this lawnmower, and for the sake of argument, we're assuming there's no sales tax, which in our wildest dreams, that would be nice. But the total price is going to be equal to the sale price, which is $300. So we got $300 minus your discount, which is $30. So 300 minus 30, that's 270. So yeah, your total price now is $270. Now I can tell you when sales tax is configured on a discounted item, they apply the sales tax after the discount. That's usually how that works. But just for simplicity's sake today and for time's sake, we're going to assume there's no sales tax. Alright, I got 3 more examples here, then we'll be done with the lesson. Alright. Let's see. A military veteran purchases, I don't want to say it that way. Let's see, a military veteran looks at a $2,000 car. Alright. A military veteran looks at a $2,000 car. Since he is a veteran, he is eligible for a 40% discount. That would be a nice discount. He's eligible for a 40% discount. How much would he pay after the discount? Alright. So let's see here. We got a military veteran looks at a $2,000 car. Since he is a veteran, he is eligible for a 40% discount. How much would he pay after the discount? So, of course, we want to find the discount itself. In this case, the discount is going to be, the percentage-wise, that's 40%, times the sale price, which is $2,000. That's $2,000, which as a decimal, 40% is 0.4. We'll take that times 2,000. So we'll multiply 2,000 times 0.4. Should be 800. Let's just check it here. 0.4 times 2,000. Yep, $800. So the discount he would be receiving is $800. Now that we figured out what the discount is, we need to go ahead and figure out what the total price is. So the total price is going to equal the sale price, which will be, in this case, $2,000, minus your discount itself, which is $800. Well, I could tell you 2,000 minus 800 is therefore going to be $1,200. So yeah, he got a pretty good deal on this car. I would only have to pay $1,200 for a $2,000 car. Alright, so of course we figured out what the discount itself was and then did the total price of the, which would be the sale price minus the discount. Came down to be $1,200. Alright, let's see, I got two more examples here and then we're done. Two more examples, then we'd be done. Alright, what do we got for this one? Let's see. I spend, let's see. I get a meal from McDonald's the price is $17 before a 15% discount. How much did I pay after the discount? Alright, so I get a meal from McDonald's. The price is $17 before a 15% discount. How much did I pay after the discount? So, of course, you're going to want to go ahead and figure out what the discount is itself. In this case, we take our discount formula. So the discount itself is going to be the percentage of the discount, which is 15%, times the sale price, which was $17. Well, the discount, of course, we want to take that percent, convert it into a decimal. 15% is 0.15 as a decimal, times $17. So now all we got to do, take this, stick it into our calculator. $0.15 times 17 equals $2.55. So my discount itself is $2.55. Not terrible, but not the greatest discount. Now, of course, the next thing we got to find after the discount is the total price we'll be paying. So the total price is equal to, again, the sale price itself, which was $17, minus the discount, which would be the $2.55. So if we subtract $2.55 from 17, what I'll end up paying is $14.45. My new price I paid was $14.45. And that's the answer to what I paid after the discount. And I got one more example here. All right. My bill at Applebee's was $20. However, this was before a 25% discount. How much did I end up paying after discount? Alright, so my bill at Applebee's was $20. However, this was before a 25% discount was applied. How much did I end up paying after the discount? Well, again, first you want to figure out what was the discount itself. So the discount, in this case, will be the percent of the discount, which was 25%, which is usually a pretty nice discount, times the sale price itself, which would be $20. So if we convert 25% to a decimal, that's 0.25. Alright, that'll be times the $20. So my discount would be, let's see, I think I could do this in my head. That'd be 0.5, that'd be $5. So my discount would end up being $5. So, next thing I want to do after figuring out the discount, again, find out what was my total price, because that's really what we're here for. What was the total price after the discount? Total price after the discount is the sale price, which was $20. That'll be minus my discount of $5. I ended up only spending $15. So my answer to this is $15 was the total price. So discounts, yeah, it's your percent of discount times the sale price to figure out what your discount is itself. And then once you figure out what your discount is itself, you take the sale price minus your discount. That's really all there is to it. So next lesson should be our last lesson of the percent unit. I'm sure there's some relief all around with that. But it doesn't mean we'll never see percents again, but as far as the amount of intensity we'll spend on it, this is the last lesson of the unit coming up, which the next lesson is going to be on simple and compound interest. I hope everybody has a good night and take care.